Hi, I'm Ross Benjamin reporting for the Offshore Gaming Association. That's OSGA.com, your number one source for information on the offshore sportsbook industry. That's OSGA.com. I'm going to be previewing, the Boca Raton Bowl to be played on Tuesday, December 19th in Boca Raton, Florida. The opening kickoff slated at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Game involves the Akron Zips, the runner-up from the MAC, and the Conference USA champion Florida Atlantic Owls. And that game will be nationally televised on ESPN. This line opened with Florida Atlantic as a 17-point favorite, and since that time has escalated to the point where Florida Atlantic is anywhere between a 22 and 23-point favorite at the time of this taping. That's an awfully big number for a bowl contest. Well, let's take a look at teams and how they fared on their home field, as Florida Atlantic will be playing on their home field in this bowl game. Both teams playing at home since 1996, 20-11 straight up, and 19-12 against the spread. That's pretty good. But let's keep in mind, Florida Atlantic, the size of the favorite they are in this contest, both favorites of 10 or more playing at home during that exact time frame since 1996, only 1-3 against the spread. Let's take us to bowl double-digit favorites, which I've never been a big proponent of laying a big number in a bowl game, specifically so because more times than not, teams that are this big a favorite in a bowl game are either uninspired, unmotivated, or overconfident, or they even may be very disappointed because they had higher aspirations going into the season, and now they're playing in a lesser bowl game against a much inferior opponent. I'm not sure that any of or all of that applies to FAU, but here, the numbers don't lie, folks. Bowl double-digit favorites since 1981 have gone 46 and 67 against the spread. That's a 40.7% win percentage. Now, if we go up the ladder even more, bowl favorites of 16 or more have gone 1 and 8 against the spread, and only 3 and 6 straight up since 1996. And if we break that down even more and tighten it up a little more, we're going since 2013. There's been 4 bowl favorites of 16 points or more. They went 0-4 straight up in ATS, and those bowl favorites of 16 or more lost all 4 of those games outright by 10 points or more. Goes hand in hand to what we just discussed about being uninspired, overconfident, or the other factors that I just included. Now let's take a look at Akron. This is a team that surprised many, including myself, by getting to the MAC title game. They have an overall record of 7-6. They started the season 1-3, finished strongly, winning 6 of their last 9, and they covered in 7 of those 9 contests. They lost the MAC title game to a very good Toledo team, and they lost that contest 45-28, but they did manage to cover as a 20.5-point underdog. Now, the FAU Owls, in their first year under head coach Lane Kiffin, formerly the head coach over at USC, formerly the head coach at Tennessee, formerly the head coach of the NFL Oakland Raiders. A very big hire, a lot of excitement down there in South Florida. Didn't get off to a great start, 1-3, but the Owls have reeled off 9 wins in a row, and they've covered in 7 of those 9 contests. Now, when it comes to handicapping this game, there's a couple factors I'm going to hone in on. I personally, let me get this out of the way, I'm not going to wager on this game myself. Florida Atlantic is not one of those teams that's going to be uninspired, as I alluded to with a lot of the double-digit bowl favorites. This is all new to them. Success, Lane Kiffin, playing at home, bowl game, but still a lot of points. On the other hand, this is an Akron team that was plus 11 in turnover differential over their last 4 games. In that same 4-game period, the Florida Atlantic Owls were minus 3 in that department. I can also make a case Akron played the much tougher schedule than Florida Atlantic did. despite the disparity in records. I mean, you're looking at an Akron team that played number 9 Penn State. They played a 7-5 Iowa State team that will be playing in a bowl game, as well as participating in a power conference in the Big 12. Troy, who went 11-2 this year, and that included a bowl victory this past Saturday over North Texas. And then they also played the Toledo Rockets in their own conference, the MAC. They played Toledo twice, and that's a Toledo team that went 11-2 this year. And I would not be surprised at all if they come away with a bowl victory. We'll see the Rockets in the top 25 in the final AP poll at the end of the year. Again, I'm not betting on this game, but my opinion and lean would be toward taking the sizable underdog in this contest, and you can get it as high as 23 right now. Akron plus 23 as an opinion play over the Florida Atlantic Owls in the Boca Raton Bowl, and that's on Tuesday, December 19th. Be sure to visit my website, rbwins.com, where currently, folks, I'm 19-9 with my last 28 college football picks, and that includes my debut in the bowl season. Had one pick on Saturday in that 5-game card in the college football bowls, and I cashed in with the North Texas game, North Texas and Troy game, going over the total of 62. There was a grand total of 80 points scored in that contest. Easy winner. Be sure to go to my site, rbwins.com, or call me direct, where I accept all major credit cards. You won't talk to any salespeople. You'll talk to me specifically. That's 781-571-0299, 781-571-0299. I'd like to wish each of you and your families a very Merry Christmas.